All right, let's talk about a fascinating story unfolding in the world of AI right now. It's kind of like a mystery, really. A super powerful new model just appeared out of nowhere, and it's already blowing past everything else out there.
So, what if the next huge leap in AI isn't some far off promise? What if it's already here, just hiding in plain sight? Because that's what the evidence is pointing to. A secret next gen AI is being tested as we speak, and a few people have gotten a peek. And from what they're saying, wow, it's a game changer.
Now, this wasn't some big dramatic leak or anything. It was way cleverer than that. It was found through a secret A/B test. So imagine you're using a public AI tool, right? Well, completely at random, your prompt might get diverted. And instead of the normal AI, you get a response from this unreleased beast of a model. People figured this out by digging into the network logs and spotting a unique ID. That's how they knew they were talking to something brand new.
But here's the catch. Getting to try it was really, really hard. It was a total roll of the dice. We're talking like a 1 in 50 chance of your prompt getting picked. So it took a lot of patience. But trust me, the effort was worth it. Because what they discovered, well, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Okay, let's get into the good stuff, the actual results. Let's look at the evidence and see for ourselves what makes this model so different, so much better than anything we have right now.
Okay, check this out. This is where you really see the leap in just practical common sense. You ask most AIs to draw up a house floor plan. You get nonsense, rooms that don't connect, weird layouts. But this new model, it just gets it. It created a plan with a logical entry, a kitchen and living area that makes sense, and a flow that actually works. You know, it looks like a house you could actually live in.
And this is what the testers were saying. It wasn't just a little bit better. They said its generations were the most sensible they'd ever seen from any model. It was just in a completely different league, something other models just can't do yet.
So they decided to up the ante. They threw a really complex challenge at it. Create a fully playable game of chess in a web browser from scratch, all from just one single prompt. I mean, think about how hard that is.
And it nailed it, a flawless victory. This is apparently the first model ever seen to create a proper chessboard that even shows you the captured pieces on the side. But it didn't stop there. It whipped up a working Minecraft demo, a 3D Pokeball demo. It even created a professional Blender script with proper lighting and camera setups. All of this in one shot. Just incredible.
Okay, so it's creative, it can code like a pro, but what about raw intelligence? What about pure logic? Well, this is where it gets really crazy. This is where the model didn't just compete, it completely dominated. They gave it these super difficult logic puzzles. You know, the kind that even the best models we have today struggle with. They'll need 3, maybe 4 tries, or sometimes they just fail altogether. This new model, it got them right on the very first try. A one-shot success. Every single time.
So we're not just talking about a small improvement here. Look at this. When you actually measure its performance, it's a massive jump. It basically landed in the #1 spot, blowing all the current top competitors out of the water. And we're talking a 25% performance boost over its closest rival. In the world of AI, that is a huge, huge margin. That's not just an update, it's a signal that the entire standard for what's state-of-the-art might have just been completely reset. So yeah, this thing is powerful, no doubt about it. Which leads us to the big questions, right? What is this thing? And what's going to happen when it's finally released to the rest of us? One really interesting quirk people noticed is that there's a pause before it answers. It takes a second. And the theory is that this isn't lag, it's thinking. It's taking that moment for some deeper reasoning before it even starts generating a word, which leads to those much better, more coherent responses. You know, if you look at how AI has been progressing, we had the foundational models, then the more advanced ones we have now. This feels like the next big step. It's not just another small update. It feels like a genuine breakthrough, a major upgrade across the board. So what can we expect? Well, the speculation is that this is probably a pro version of a new model. And yeah, it'll likely be a premium paid-for thing. But the impact could be massive. Think about it. Every single AI product that uses it would get a major upgrade overnight. Now, we do have to remember, this is a test version. The final release could always be a little different, maybe even toned down a bit. But the bottom line, and what everyone who's seen it is saying, is that if we get this model, it would be a real breakthrough.
This isn't just hype. It's a real, measurable leap in power that could totally change the game for AI.
And that really leaves us with one last question to chew on, doesn't it? If a secret early test version is this good, what on earth is the final polished release going to be capable of? It really makes you think.